It's my anniversary! My anniversary of this YouTube channel. Today, 1 year ago, was my very first video, and it was a video about our Halloween decorations that we built and put outside. So today, I'm going to make an anniversary cake for this momentous occasion. So my name is Mickey if you are new to this channel, and this is Harvest Moon Farm, and on my channel we focus on homesteading activities. So we've got some chickens and ducks and goats. We do a lot of cooking and baking. I had a big garden this year. Didn't do that great, but I had a big garden this year. I do a lot of food preservation, and those are the things that we tend to focus on here. We occasionally have the help of some of our grandkids. So today we're going to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of this channel by making a delicious toasted pecan bundt cake with caramel cream cheese glaze. First thing we want to do is get our pecans ready. So I've got my oven preheating to 350, and we are going to put 2 cups of chopped pecans, if I can get the bag open, on a parchment lined cookie tray, and we're just going to toast these up. Our oven is preheated, so I'm going to get these in the oven, and we just want to leave them in there for 10 to 12 minutes. We just want to get them nicely brown, and you can start smelling the goodness of that pecan scent, but we don't want to burn them. So I'm going to stick them in there, and I set the timer for 10 minutes, and then I'll check them. If they need another minute or two, I'll go ahead and leave them in. We're going to start by mixing our dry ingredients together in this bowl. We want 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to stir that around together. Just make sure the baking powder and salt get mixed in with the flour. And then we're going to set that to the side. So in our mixer, we're going to add 1 cup of softened butter. All right, so there's our butter. And naturally, I forgot to get it out, so I had to put it in the microwave. Since I did forget to get it out and I had to microwave it, I'm going to go ahead and let it mix for just a minute before I add anything else. There we go. Now we want 1 1/4 cup of brown sugar and 3/4 cup of white sugar. I have not made any more brown sugar. I'm just going to add 2 cups of sugar, and then I'll add some molasses. There's 1. It called for light brown, so we'll just add a little bit of molasses, maybe a tablespoon or so. And then I'm just going to let that mix until it's light and fluffy. Okay, so you saw that the pecans came out of the oven. They're perfectly lightly brown. They smell divine. So now to this mixture, we're going to add some eggs. We're going to add 4 eggs, 1 at a time. And I'm going to go ahead and put mine in another bowl as I crack them, just to be safe. and you want to mix between each addition. To our wet mixture now, we're going to add our vanilla. We want a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of bourbon. If you don't want to add the bourbon, you could leave it out. You could use a different flavoring. It doesn't bother me to add it, so I'm going to go ahead and add that 2 tablespoons. So this bourbon is actually really come in handy. Somebody gave it to my husband last year for his birthday, I believe. Neither one of us really drink bourbon. I think maybe one of his friends drank a little bit, but most of it I've used for cooking. So it's been really nice. All right, we're gonna mix those 2 things in. Lastly, now we're gonna go ahead and mix in our dry mixture, alternating between the dry mixture and 1 cup of milk. So we'll do flour, milk, flour, milk, flour. Put some of that in. Mix it on low. You just want to make sure that that flour kind of starts mixing in. We'll add about 1/2 cup of milk. Another approximately 1/3 of our dry mixture. The other 1/2 of our milk. And finally, the last of our dry ingredients. While that finishes mixing, we're going to go ahead and grease our bundt pan, and I'm just going to spray it. Okay, so the pecans have cooled a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and chop them up a little bit more. They were chopped pecans, but I want them a little smaller. Not a ton smaller. Just a little. Whoops. All right. We want to reserve about 1/4 cup. And we're going to add the rest into our cake batter. And we want to stir those in and not use our mixer, because if we use our mixer, it will just break them up more, and I don't want that. I don't want them to be pureed pecans. So I'm just going to dump all of this into my bowl of mix. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and stir those in. So there's our cake mix. Now we're going to go ahead and pour it into our greased bundt pan. I'm going to go ahead and wipe some of this cake mix off the edge where I dripped it so it doesn't burn on there. And then we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for 50 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick or cake tester comes out clean. So into the oven this goes. So our cake is done. It's been cooling for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to dump it out on a plate. Hopefully it comes out cleanly. It doesn't feel like it's coming out at all. Uh-oh. I usually flour my pans too, and I did not think about it. Oh, it's loosening up though. I think it's just stuck kind of around the edges. It smells so good. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty. Center it a little bit. So while this finishes cooling, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the glaze for the cake. For our glaze, we're going to take 4 ounces of softened cream cheese, 3 tablespoons of caramel sauce. I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to eyeball it. One, here we go. 3. And so we're going to go ahead and mix this up. And we're going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar to this cream cheese mixture. All right, so we're going to mix our powdered sugar in. All right, so it's that really pretty caramel color now, and we're just gonna add a couple tablespoons of milk just to get it to drizzling consistency. All right, so I'm just gonna add just a little bit, and we'll mix that in. Still pretty thick, so we're gonna add a little more. So let's just check this. I think it might need just a hair more milk. I'm gonna pour it with my right hand though, so that I have a little more control. There we go. Get a spatula so I can make sure that I've got all of that on the sides of my bowl mixed down into the rest of the mixture. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to just drizzle it over the cake. Now we're just going to take our reserved pecans and sprinkle them over the top. Alrighty, there we go. Turned out really pretty. So So I'm going to save that for our dessert this evening so my husband can enjoy some as well. So this cake is really for you all. I just want to say thank you so much for all the support and attention that you've given my channel in this first year, and I hope that I continue to see your support in the coming years, and I hope that you guys really enjoy my videos and are enjoying this channel. So thank you again for watching today, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks. Happy anniversary.